So you're looking to jump into the Salesforce world, right? It's a huge space, but right at the beginning, you're going to hit this big fork in the road. It's a critical first choice. Do you become a Salesforce administrator or a Salesforce developer? They might sound kind of similar, but trust me, they are fundamentally different paths. Let's break down exactly what that means for you. To help you figure this out, here's what we're going to do. We'll kick things off by looking at just how big this opportunity is. Then we'll do a deep dive into what it's really like to be an admin and then a developer. We'll put them head to head, show you where to start learning, and then look at the awesome career paths each one can lead to. All right, before we get into the nitty-gritty of admin versus developer, let's just zoom out for a second. It's so important to understand just how big the Salesforce world really is, because the demand for talented people, well, it's staggering. Okay, check out this number, 9.3 million. What is that? Well, according to the research firm IDC, that's how many new jobs the Salesforce ecosystem is expected to create globally by 2026. This is not a small trend, folks. This is a massive wave of opportunity, creating a huge demand for people with the right skills. So you're standing right at the start of all that. It's a pretty exciting spot to be in, right? But now comes the big question. Are you an admin or are you a developer? Let's figure out which one just clicks for you. Okay, let's dive into our first path, the Salesforce administrator. And I want you to get the idea of a system manager out of your head. Think of them more like a business architect. They solve really complex problems for a company, but their main toolkit? It's clicks, not code. At its heart, an admin's job is all about making Salesforce work for the business. They're the ones who listen to what the sales team or the marketing team needs, and then they turn around and build a solution for it right inside Salesforce. They are the guardians of the system, making sure it's secure and reliable, all by using the powerful point-and-click tools that Salesforce gives them. Actually look like day-to-day. Well, it's super varied. You might start your morning setting up a new user, making sure they have exactly the right permissions, nothing more, nothing less. Then, by the afternoon, you could be deep in Flow Builder, creating this awesome automation that's going to save your sales team literally hours of manual work every week. And you're always building the reports and dashboards that leaders rely on to see how the company is performing. All right, now let's switch gears and talk about our second path, the Salesforce developer. And if the admin is the architect using standard parts, the developer is the one who's literally inventing new building materials from scratch. Their world is all about code, not clicks. You see, a developer gets the call when the built-in point-and-click tools just can't cut it. They're the ones who step in to solve the really tough, complex problems with custom code. For example, they might use a language called Apex to write some really specific business rules, or build a totally custom user interface with something called Lightning Web Components. And they're the ones who build the digital bridges, the APIs, that connect Salesforce to all the other software a company uses. This quote really hits the nail on the head. Developers are creators. When a business needs something that's just not possible out of the box, their job isn't to find a workaround. It's to ask, how can I build a powerful, custom, and scalable solution from the ground up? Yeah, their day-to-day is definitely in the weeds, technically speaking. They're spending their time in code editors, writing Apex for all the back-end logic, and JavaScript for what you actually see on the screen. They're building those API integrations we talked about, and this is super important, they spend a ton of time writing automated tests to make sure that the cool stuff they build is rock solid and won't break anything. Okay, we've got a pretty good picture of both roles now, right? So let's put them head to head. This is where you'll really start to feel which one of these paths is calling your name. So before we even talk about tools or certifications, let's talk about mindset, because this is the single biggest difference between the two. An admin thinks business first. Their whole world is about taking a real-world business process and mapping it perfectly into the system. A developer, on the other hand, thinks system first. They are obsessed with technical logic, with efficiency, and with building a solution that can handle massive scale. This table sums it up perfectly. You've got admins on one side, focused on configuration, using the tools that are already there, and you've got developers on the other, focused on creation, writing new code with tools like Apex and LWC. You can even see this split in the very first certification they aim for, the classic admin cert versus the platform developer I. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room, money. Looking at average mid-level salaries in the US, you can see that developers tend to earn more. And look, that's not really a surprise, right? It reflects the super specialized coding skills they have, the complexity of the problems they solve, and honestly, there's just a smaller pool of talent. But, and this is a big but, don't think admins are left behind. Expert admins, especially those who become consultants or architects, can also command some seriously high salaries. Okay, so by now you're probably leaning one way or the other, and that's awesome. But here's the thing. No matter which path you end up choosing, your journey is going to start in the exact same place. Let's talk about the foundational skills you absolutely have to learn first. And this is a really, really important point. You don't have to carve your choice in stone today. Every great admin and every great developer starts with the exact same core knowledge. In fact, you'd be surprised how many amazing developers started their careers as admins first. So, this is where you need to focus first. Think of this as your starting checklist. Number 1, get the Salesforce fundamentals down cold. What are objects, fields, and relationships? 2, understand the security basics, profiles, permission sets, all that stuff. 3, get your hands dirty with automation, specifically the flow builder. And 4, learn how to manage and visualize data with reports and dashboards. You master these 4 things, and I promise you, you'll have a rock-solid foundation for either path. Now, once you've got that foundation built, the road ahead just opens up. We're not just talking about your first job here. We're talking about where you could be in 5-10 years. Let's take a look at what that growth looks like. For an admin, the career path usually leads towards more and more strategic influence. You might start as an admin, then grow into a senior admin or maybe a business analyst, where you're really digging into complex requirements. From there, a ton of people move into consulting, solving big problems for all sorts of different companies. And the pinnacle of this path? Often, it's the solution architect, a true master strategist who designs these huge, complex solutions for big enterprise companies. The developer path, on the other hand, is a journey towards deeper and deeper technical mastery. After you become a senior developer, maybe you specialize as an integration specialist, becoming the go-to person for connecting Salesforce to other crazy complex systems. And the ultimate goal for many devs is that prestigious technical architect role. We're talking one of the highest paying and most respected jobs in the entire ecosystem, the person who's responsible for the entire technical blueprint of massive Salesforce projects. So after all that, it really comes back to this one simple question. Now that you've seen the day-to-day, the mindset, the future paths, what gets you more excited? Are you that business architect who loves solving puzzles and making the system sing? Or are you the custom builder who gets a thrill from creating something brand new out of pure code? Listen, there is no wrong answer here. Both of these paths are absolutely vital, and they both lead to incredible, rewarding careers. The real question isn't which one is better, but which one is better for you. The most important thing you can do is start building those fundamental skills today, because your Salesforce journey, it starts right now. If this helped clear things up, make sure to subscribe for more learning videos and roadmaps just like this. Thanks for watching.